Part 57 of Christian. Let's keep the ball running. Let's keep it going. Hopefully we get something not so sad and discerning.
What made her this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated?
It used to be so simple. It used to be so
this
simple.
This is the story of Christian.
Again, he's not smart. Keeping people now. He was Night Star. The fact that he needs to... You know what? It is weird that Chris like, I was gonna lay low. I made that count to lay low. Immediately started posting. Not even just posting. Me was like, hey, you know there's one person that no one else would agree with? I agree with them. Not because I am them, but because I'm actually an empath. And I have feelings. It's like, wow. Whew. Imagine Robert the Lumberjack was like, oh. They're gonna come here. They're gonna take our house. We got nowhere to live. Man, when I saw Smiling Friends, it was like my brain finally understood what this was all about. This is what it was for. Catching the references. That's why I can't remember anything naturally. I have to wait for a reference to pop up in front of me.
During the middle of August 2017, Christine wrote many tweets on the social media site Twitter,
like a
mentioning
platter.
and referencing the animated series My Little Pony and its voice actors, still expressing joy and love for all in the aftermath of her attendance at the BronyCon convention. On the 16th, in response to a tweet concerning voice actress Tabitha St. Germain blocking Chris on the site, St. Germain replied that she blocked Chris not because of her, but because of the cloud of trolls which followed her, calling the practice parasitic behavior. In response, Christine, using her Nightstar 2891 account, replied to Tabitha via a long string of tweets, saying that after being trolled for years, she learned to not take their words to heart and keep them out of her mind. She added that at BronyCon, she was allowed to express herself with kindness and managed to receive some advice regarding the trolls from the voice actor.
Now imagine, right? Imagine you think like fine shit just texted you, right? You go check your phone, and it's Chris on the burner account, spamming up your post. Hello, Elon. Send him to the moon. I had enough. Cause at what point do you just ban them? At what point does Twitter just like, you made another account to harass the same person? Bye bye. Say goodbye. Like, why do you let them just keep getting away with this?
She met. She revealed that coming out as the lesbian trans woman resulted in her being kind to herself more and had learned to be unfazed by the trolls. Chris wrote that she wouldn't ask Tabitha to unblock her main account, but would like to have the opportunity to connect every now and then, with a chance to perhaps earn her trust as a friend. Tabitha St. Germain soon also blocked Chris's Nightstar account.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone with a goddamn 2 cents, 2 singular copper Abraham Lincolns.
On August 18th, Christine wrote on Patreon that new printed Sonichu comic books meant to be delivered to her paying patrons had arrived at her house, but she was unable to ship them yet since funds were low because she had gone to BronyCon.
Wow.
She informed her supporters that it could take around 2 weeks for the comics to be sent. The next day, she became a patron for My Little Pony voice actress Michelle Kreber. At this point, it was around a week since the Unite the Right rally was held in Charlottesville, a gathering of white supremacists and neo-Nazis, possibly on August 20th.
I was not tapped in when this stuff happened, y'all. So this is all new to me. I wasn't watching. I was watching Ninjago, Minecraft Lucky Blocks, and probably Arthur. It was 2017 Eve. Most VAs know when they're uncomfortable. People talking to you or tagging. Yeah, it's like I understand. Like, okay, I don't understand like Chris's situation because you already blocked once. So why are you back? Like that should be your sign to like lie. If you wanted to like keep watching what they post, I feel like you should just like sit back and watch. But for you not only to tag, but then be like, yeah, it's actually me again. Remember that person you blocked? It's me again. I love you. Okay, blocked.
Chris attended a church service while still wearing her pony ears and unicorn horn from her time at BronyCon. Her outfit apparently upset some parishioners, and after she came back home, she wrote a letter aimed at Kathy Weseluck, voice actress from My Little Pony, whom she met at the convention. Chris took a picture of the letter and posted it on Twitter, mentioning the voice actress and asking for her advice regarding the church incident. I've had a day that started out happy and delightful. I felt like donning my pony ears and unicorn horn and tail to my church today. I've made a lot of people smile, and it was as normal as could be, with my sharing the joys from BronyCon 2017. Then later, during a Bible verse reading, my church friend suddenly burst out in tears. I felt along with her, the hate bout in Charlottesville, Virginia last weekend. Then, my pastoral consoler, who was part of the choir this week, hands me a note. Please remove your headgear. It's reminding us of Nazis, specifically the not Nazi jesters who mocked the haters.
Okay. Okay. I was already a little bit perturbed. Act like I said a smart word there. I was a little bit, bewildered. Because I was like, why are you saying this to Kathy? Is it because you're wearing pony horns? Pony ears? That's enough? Like, that's like if I was wearing like a straw hat and I was like, Oda, they told me to take this shit off or I can't come to church. It's like, why am I talking to Oda? Why? Well, you know, me and Oda are best friends, by the way, but why am I messaging him over this? This seems very removed from her. She's just a voice actor. I feel like she should be sending this to the people who made My Little Pony. If anything, they deserve this. This is their problem, kind of, in a way. But then this whole, like, Nazi thing is... I didn't hear this out.
I felt utter shock. I removed my headgear, and I tensed up, fanning myself with the program like as I was feeling hot. Shit. I ended up closing myself and breaking out in tears myself, being forced to remove what made me and most other people smile, feeling like not being able to calm a post-about-it crowd. The empathy for my friend and not being able to make her smile just about killed my mood. I sat there, fanning myself with my right, gripping...
Is this friend like a 5-year-old child? What grown adult is like, ha, you're wearing pony ears, ha 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 ha. Who in church, mind you? I feel like someone would be like, hey, God's here. This is where God lives. You know, it's like, have some decorum. Okay, have some goddamn class.
The bench with my left, and paralyzed. I stayed a while longer. Then I left during the collection with the plates. I took a rest and some Valium after I got back home. I feel some recovered, but feel some mild headache now. Have y'all ever heard such a thing? Pony ears and unicorn horn being reminiscent of an anti-Nazi jester.
Let me look this up. Let me see. Anti-Nazi jester. I love that the Joker was the first thing to pop up. That's cool. I'm not getting anything, except for probably putting a list for searching this up on my bare Google, mind you. You know? Okay, hear me out. What will happen if Chris got a VR headset and we drop it in we drop it in VR like it's the goddamn Hulk? We just put... What if we take Chris and move them over there? I mean, honestly, that might be our best way to get Chris off the internet. I dress and wear the con logo t-shirts and a few brand shirts and 2 trigger hats based on the Final Fantasy. See, that's fine. Like, I don't even mind the whole pony thing. I just feel like there's a time and a place for that. You know, like, there's a place to, like, there's a certain way you're supposed to be dressed in a church, I believe. I think. I don't know. But, but if we put Chris in VR, right? Get them a VR headset. Just, there's a good, ooh, this goes all the way to the top. If we put Chris in VR chat, and then let them stay there, get comfortable, you know, be one of those people that never takes off the headsets. Then we send in proximity chat. we might have just solved the problem right here, right now. If we get Chris, okay, I'll make this declaration right now. Oh shit, I don't even know if I want to say this for real. If we get Chris on VR chat, I have a VR headset. I will personally, oh, I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. I will personally go into enemy lines and pretend to be Chris's friend. I'll do the whole 9 yards. The skin, the voice, all of it. Just to set up the win for proximity chat. Oh god, I hate that. Oh god. I'll do it. It's been said. I'll do it. If we can get Chris on VR chat, I'll find a way to make it happen. Ah, shit.
I've never, and I meant no harm. What are your thoughts, Kathy? Thank you for listening. Christine W. Chandler. Kathy Wesseluk failed to respond.
I think she's
On
succeeded.
August 21st, Christine uploaded 2 videos on YouTube of her view of the solar eclipse, which was witnessed across the United States.
Hello everyone on the internet, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again. Right outside, waiting for the solar eclipse. I look up at it, at the sun through my special glasses I got with the little guidebook. It looks like a crescent. It's a crescent sun. Like it's grinning down on us. And as you can see from the noise making, that's my little boy, Chope. He's alive and well.
What's is that the cat making that noise? Oh my
Anyway,
god.
I'll record a second video
Give him a cup
closer
of
to when
water.
the eclipse actually happens. So stay tuned. Thank you. We are approaching so much closer to the eclipse. So
I would love to see like an old time version of like the first eclipse. Like people like of that time experiencing the first eclipse just like, oh my god, where's the sun going? It's all dark. And then like, oh never mind, it fixed itself. Okay, cool.
over here, live above our heads, it is smiling down upon us, the sun. I'd say just like in all Equestria, Celestian, smiling down while Luna's covering her.
Oh, you're so bad.
Eventually, at one point, in a few minutes, it's gonna become total blackness out here, and you'll be already able to see my face, my head. But when the eclipse happens, I'm gonna do something very special. I'm sure a lot of people are probably gonna do it as well. But it's like total eclipse of the heart. Just art in motion. Art and poetry. And for everyone, after it's happened, they get to watch me enjoy this as well. Because I know I'm recording this, I'm not streaming from my phone. You know why? Because somebody might call me and interrupt the streaming. We don't want that. Now do we? We do not. Oh! But look at that though. Through that dark cloud, you can see the grin without needing glasses. That's a moment in perfection right there.
The
What are
grin?
you doing driving? The eclipse is happening. There's a passing by vehicle right now. Oops.
You know, Chris, people still have jobs.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling a little throw off as the curve
This is the unemployed
was
homeboy
to my left.
on a Tuesday
now
afternoon.
It's to my right. Can you see it? Hi, Mom. Just a moment. Yeah,
The dog of
think-
agony has returned.
yeah. The book did say we were getting a partial eclipse, and I think that's all we were having.
God, did
Oh,
did
well.
Bob get
At least in this
reincarnated
neck of the
into
woods,
the
we had a
dog?
constant smile down upon us from the sun. So Christine Chandler coming to you live from home. Y'all have a great, safe day.
Wait, did the eclipse happen?
In response to comments
did-
of concern for
did the eclipse
Sherbet's
happen?
health condition, Chris wrote on Twitter that the vet informed her that the cat's breathing problem was permanent. Later that day,
yeah.
Chris handwrote a letter from My Little Pony voice actress Kelly Sheridan and tagged her in a tweet which featured a photo of it. In the letter, Chris wrote that in response to what the voice actress had said in the Changing Your Mark panel, artists like them could offer creative and thoughtful feedback in their abilities and expand their repertoire of skills. Chris herself had taken up basic cooking skills, as learning new skills can help keep the mind more active and able during the aging process. She also had binge-watched a lot of cartoons and anime in her lifetime, a trait purportedly held in common by both her and Kelly. She closed the letter with an account describing the naming process behind one of the Pokemon she had in the game Pokemon Ruby or Sapphire. On August 23rd, Chris tweeted 2 photos of her miniature figurine of My Little Pony character Spike the Dragon, seemingly reading an equally miniature copy of Sonichu Issue 0, with the front cover redesigned to replace Christian.
General Saimir had to look through all this, not only probably edit it, but also have to voice over the most minute things. Like, imagine have to... You know what? God damn it, it is kind of cool that the pony is where Chris is on the actual thing. That is kind of cool. I have to admit, that's some good shit. That's
with Nightstar. On August 24th, Christine wrote on Facebook that she had allegedly overheard a conversation between her pony character Nightstar and My Little Pony's Lyra Heartstrings, positing the origin of how she got her cutie mark of a lyre on her hind, possibly by ascending into the heavens and meeting their god character, then descended back to the land of Equestria and learned of the magic to walk on clouds and the anthropology. The next day, Chris posted the cover image of the upcoming comic book.
I wonder how My Little Pony fans feel about Chris. You know, like you leave that pony-powered princess alone. We're like, oh my god, get her out the stables.
Sonichu issue 12-9 on Patreon, which would star her custom pony character, Nightstar, and would for the time being be considered as My Little Pony fanfiction, with hopes of it becoming canon to the official storyline. Chris elaborated on the comic's concept in the description. Introducing Nightstar of Equestria, a unique unicorn with the ability to open dimension portals to view into and visit other dimensions and worlds. She can view our internet and YouTube videos through one, like an instant PC monitor. She also has all psychic powers possible. And as an artist herself, and linked to myself, Christine Chandler, mentally and visually through a portal, she draws and writes the Sonichu comic book series in Equestria. Replace me with her, transformation to Chris-chan Sonichu still the same, and all humans with ponies and horses. Nightstar may be considered overpowered, but she still has her flaws, not autism or Asperger's, period, and she uses her powers for good. Look forward to her life story, shortened, plus a day in Ponyville and around in the next Sonichu after completing number 12. Thank you for your loyalty.
Why is it when everyone makes like a self-insert, they make it OP as shit? Why can't we just have a self-insert that's like, yeah, her powers is that like, she can run fast. Why is it gotta be like, yeah, actually, this is God. Also, stronger than actual God. Also, might be the father of God. It's like, geez, like, can we have some like scaling? Can we make someone relative? Exactly. It's like, what's the point in having the character so overpowered? What are they gonna do? Just show him and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I can do everything. All of you can go home. I got it from here. Like, I mean, like maybe if it was just like I can open portals and see through them, not go through them. That could be one thing. But if it's like, oh yeah, basically a teleporter, also super strong, also flaws, maybe.
And patience. I am a proud Pegasister in the Brony Herd community.
Pegasister, I forgot. Oh, goddamn.
On August 25th, Lady of the Cosmo, illustrator and close friend of several members of the Planet Dolan YouTube conglomerate, tweeted that she was tired from working hard and wished her followers a good night. Christine replied with, "Rest comfy and easy, dear." In response, Lady of the Cosmo strongly wrote that she was not Chris's dear, nor was anyone else from Planet Dolan. Chris apologized and stated that she meant the term neutrally, soon adding that the actress, Talua Bankhead, most famous during the 1930s and 40s, would be offended by the artist's objection to the term's neutral usage. Chris later came back to the conversation to post a newly created drawing and letter addressing Lady of the Cosmo. Open letter. Something that grinds my gears is how people are not accepting of the neutral terms of darling or dear. I use one or the other.
Chris is worse than most fanfic writers. At least some have self-awareness or some some think they need to put on. Oh, some need to be put on watch lists around children. Yeah, it's self inserts. I've never like I don't have a problem with you like a character being inspired by you, but when it's just you down to a T, it's like okay, all right. Well, it's like it's one thing to have a character like what Gachi Akuta. People were saying like the author for Gachi Akuta, that one leader lady, I forgot her name, was a self insert. I didn't really mind that one. Like I didn't really care all too much. You know, as long as the character was like, oh yeah, everyone wants me. Everyone loves me. And I'm also super cool and I'll never lose a fight. It's like, okay, let's calm down.
As a neutral addressing in lieu of the various online nicknames or actual names in general when that detail is unknown
I'm actually running
or
a
when the other
three-way harem
person is
with all
too
the main
distant
characters
to
right
trust me, yet on addressing them by their name. I swear, if Tallulah Bankhead were alive today, she would never put up with such disrespectful responses. That is all for now, darling. Humph. Christine W. Chandler.
Damn.
Lady rebutted, providing dictionary definitions of the words dear and darling. Chris accused her of siding with the haters, while Lady said that there was a difference between haters and those who serve sweet justice towards heartless hooligans such as Christine. Chris denied those claims.
It's crazy.
Lady of the Cosmo wrote back that if she did have a heart, then she would not have harassed Doopy Doover like she did, calling her selfish, with a heart filled with fatty layers of greed.
Damn.
Chris denied those claims. Christine elaborated that she meant to be respectful to Doopy, but she had said the wrong things in grave error. Lady stated that no one felt any pity for her, to which Chris rebutted that she was a sincere, kind person with lots of music and love in her heart and soul. Lady of the Cosmo then called her Christopher asshat, and that her actions made her who she was. Chris notified her that she was growing tired and weary of the dispute since the illustrator refused to open up her heart and accept and move on. Lady of the Cosmo clarified that everyone was tired and weary because of Christine.
You know what? Chris is going on a crazy rampage right now. And also, like, old... I don't want to say old because 30 isn't old, but, like, you're in your 30s, and you're just like, I don't know. I feel like being old... And I don't know what to say. It's like my brain's trying to say everything at once. It's like... all you're doing is, like, you're online on Twitter. Like, come on, pick up a hobby. You know, I feel like if you got off the internet early, you could have still, like, recovered. Like, maybe take, like, a year or so off and make some actual friends. It's not impossible, but now it might be. You might be done. This might be the end. It's like, what do you just... I don't even think moving, like, countries would help. I would think like going to like goddamn Africa or something would help you now. I feel like everyone knows who you are. But don't let Chris find rivals. If Chris was on my team on Rivals, oh, you know the invoice chat would be on. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, they're gonna rank. Oh. Let's just hope. Let's just hope.
After trying patiently to make her understand,
who do you think they'll main?
The two continued to argue, with Chris writing that she would keep digging until people like Lady actually understood her and stopped being so closed-hearted, claiming that she would win as long as she would keep going. Lady called her a horrible person with a facade in the form of a painted smile. Chris denied those claims. She informed Lady that she only used those terms with people she liked, to which other Twitter users replied asking whether she would use those words with males as well, and commented that Chris very, very rarely replied to men on the social media platform. Lady of the Cosmos saw it as proof that Christine was trying to get close to women by using those terms of endearment. Kristen unfollowed her after telling her that she hoped Lady would have a nightmare that night.
All we know is definitely not Cloak and Dagger. If it is, Dagger all the time. Never Cloak. Matter of fact, might just unbind the key to switch to Cloak.
Lady then blocked Christine. Later on, Lady of the Cosmo addressed the argument with other concerned Twitter users, stating that she was alright and that it felt great to give Chris a piece of her mind, though was worried for other creators who might get preyed on by her in the future. By using her Nightstar2891 Twitter account, Christine tweeted at her own main account, giving words of support and calling her darling,
you know the part that really just like kind of eats me up is that we all know, like when this happened, we all know for sure that this is Chris, right? It's been confirmed. We already know. But it's like, this isn't for us. Like this isn't like to make us feel like there's someone in their corner. This is for them. God damn. This is for Chris to feel good. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, god damn it, that's so sad. Oh, fuck. Well,
pretending to be a different person. Chris then replied to Nightstar, thanking her for her kindness and feeling grateful that Nightstar liked her. Nightstar then replied, stating that she understood that Chris meant her words to be seen as neutral and would never do anything to harass Nightstar.
So
Christine then used her main account
sad.
to share the brief conversation she had with Nightstar as a positive example of how to properly accept terms like dear and darling.
I lied, it was
Lady
for
noticed
us.
Chris was using
played.
her alternative
It was for us the
account
whole
and shared
time.
the conversation, calling her a psycho. Christine then blocked Lady of the Cosmo
Psycho
on
killer.
Twitter.
Casca
On
suit.
Facebook, the Trollsome gal pal Kim Wilson shared a brief clip from the cartoon series The Simpsons to showcase what problem Chris had been having. She elaborated that it was not Chris's place to decide what is and is not uncomfortable for other people, and that terms like dear and darling could be offensive from a feminist point of view. Since Christine was a biological male, Kim wrote that she had male privilege, and should spend more time thinking how she made other women feel so she could correct her behavior. During this time, Christine left many replies to tweets written by Jesse Nowak, or Nowacking, a popular voice actor with connections to the My Little Pony fandom. Chris wrote about her own experiences and offered her own advice in response to Nowacking's tweets concerning relationships. On August 27th, she found out that Ink's tweets...
I saw one that I wanted to read. In case you're wondering why I haven't dated in almost 2 years, this probably gives you a good idea. Ha ha ha. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, if you put a haha instead of lol, I'm looking at you a little weird. I'm looking at you like a little side-eyed. It's like, come on. It wasn't that funny. Might really be selfish. I feel for you. I would not feel able to have a long relationship with that type of person if I was unappreciated. The blind trying to lead the blind, apparently.
Concerning relationships. On August 27th, she found out that Nowacking had also blocked her, likely as a result of numerous calls to do so from Weens. Chris shared screen captures of Twitter users advising Chris against becoming so attached to other users or accusing her of stalking, writing that she would be mass reporting these accounts. In response to MLP voice actress Tara Strong tweeting that she wanted out of this dimension because of some negative news regarding President Donald Trump, Chris wrote that she wanted to join her. Twitter user Aphonic Phonology replied that escaping to another universe would not change the way she treated others, and that she should come back to Earth to deal with her problems like an adult. Kiwi Farms members soon noticed that Chris used her Nightstar account to follow Nowacking, bypassing her block. It was also on that day that Chris created an account on BronyMate, an online dating website designed for fans of My Little Pony. She described herself as an all-round, good-natured, high-functioning autistic, female lesbian soul and trans woman, artist, gamer, and creative type, and revealed that she was the original creator of Sonichu, Rosechu, and the city of Quickville. She stated that she was looking for a kind, compassionate, good-looking woman who was as local as possible, and who could appreciate her for who she was, and not judge her. At the end of the day, Chris wrote a long thread of tweets justifying her actions. I will answer a question right now. Why do you act young while you're actually an adult? I am young at heart, a concept I've kept within myself since childhood. If you keep a youthful attitude, you can keep the energy when old. A concept some people apparently do not comprehend. Youthful energy is better filled with kindness, compassion, and love for others and yourself. To be adulting with so much drama gets boring, regardless of us having to deal with it, respectively, in our own lives. And we, the young at heart, stand alongside our liked and cared others, men and women of every race, orientation, and so forth, with love. Love that would normally be found in our youth, despite lack of better wisdom and knowledge. There are no man-children, everyone is a child to their parents and elders, as well as God, our Creator. Haters, stop adulting, find your past, youthful selves, and reconnect.
Okay, I feel like you can be silly, right? I'm legally an adult, 22 going on 23 in about a few days. But, you know, I'm still a little bit silly at times. I'm still a bit whimsical, even. But I feel like there's a difference between mature and a situation that needs you to be mature, and being silly and whimsical in a situation that needs you to be mature. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can be a man child if you take every situation as silly and not as, you know, hey, let me lock in. I feel like that's definitely a man child. The real thing we should be talking about, how come there isn't a woman child? How come that's not a thing? How come there's only a man child? That's the real thing we should be talking about. The misandry of it all. But yeah, there's between being young at heart and knowing you're an adult responsibly. I'm an adult and I still keep my house decent and still go to the store. Exactly. Like, also, like, money management, right? Not everyone's good at money. Like, being good at money doesn't make you mature. Or, well, I guess it does make you mature, but it doesn't make you an adult. But being able to understand what's important, like what's a necessity, what's a need to be done, and what's a want to be done, and knowing what needs to be done with those two things, or like which one is the priority and which one is just like a second thought. I feel like that's a big part in acting as an adult, or adulting in a way, right? I don't think buying Transformers or My Little Pony toys when you got a mortgage to pay, I don't think that's ever the smart choice. Nah, I don't think so. Maybe, like, you know, you buy yourself one little thing that's like $20, but buying as much as we've seen, I think that's far too much.
The next day,
you know, everyone got the hobbies,
an update on Patreon explaining that new pages would be delayed because she was feeling off on the count of trolls on Twitter, convincing another person she liked to block her, even though her messages to that person were of support. She also shared the update on Twitter, damning the trolls for coercing those she talked to into blocking her, the kind and compassionate victim. She then posted a poll asking if they were in the same situation, would they block the many internet trolls or the victims they followed. She also shared the poll on Facebook, asking her friends to vote for the hero victims they were in the same, the kind and compassionate victim. She then posted a poll asking if they were in the same situation, would they block the many internet trolls or the victims they followed. She also
I would probably block the person, right? Because let's put it like this, right? If someone's leaving comments of support, right, and it'll get a little too parasocial, right, and everyone's like, hey, remember when you did this? Remember when you said you pickle suited, you know? It's like, oh, I probably shouldn't have that person following me. I probably shouldn't have that person leaving comments on my things. It's not the look, I'll be honest. Now, if those trolls are going crazy and they're like, hey, you stupid N-word, you can't be here, F-slur, it's like, whoa. You know, maybe you gotta go too. Maybe you guys are riding the same boat out.
Shared the poll on Facebook, asking her friends to vote for the hero and not the bullies. In addition, she privately messaged several people, at least on Twitter, to share around the link to her poll.
Y'all think Chris having private combos with Grok on Twitter right now?
Maybe Tara Strong could influence the vote if it reached her. Kristen hypothetically asked if people would block out the heroes of Sailor Moon and Transformers to keep them from the villains, and promoted the hashtag #BlockTheTrolls so people not block the heroes. She then used her Nightstar account to like all of her tweets on her main account. At the end of the day, Chris revealed the results of the poll to find that an overwhelming majority, likely made up of weens, voted in favor of blocking the victims
350
and not
votes.
the trolls.
Come on now.
A Twitter user asked for clarification on whether Doopy Do-Over blocked her because of the trolls, or because of specifically Chris, like she had stated. Christine answered that Doopy was stressed and misdirected her upset towards the wrong person.
Don't know if that's true. I'm not too sure.
On August 29th, Chris shared on Facebook a generated future prediction she received on the site Witty Bunny 6 years prior, commenting that during the year 2011, she was still figuring herself out and that it was not a good year for her because her father died that September, and that owner of the game place, Michael Snyder, snared Chris and his mother into his trap, which caused the Chandlers to lose all of the remaining money the Bob had left them. Christine also wrote on Twitter that she wished that every day would be like BronyCon, with lots of people full of sincere kindness, approaching everyone, instead of having haters and trolls unblocked.
God, imagine a world where it's, like anime became like more mainstream. Imagine a world where Brony became mainstream instead. Holy. That might be the end. That might be it. Chris trying to imagine like politicians running for office and they gotta appeal to the Brony audience. Like, we would have stables for everybody. We'll make stables for everyone. We'll have hay prices go down. It's like, ooh, nay. Well, I'm not saying nay to that. Chris trying to use anime. Yes, Transformers had anime, more Western stuff, to real life problems. Yeah. There's only so much the autism can really save the the autism can only cut so much of this off. You know what I mean? It's can only I can only spare so much of criticism for autism before I'm I don't know if that's autism talking. That might be your special blend.
And having the heroes blocked. Also on that day, she wrote an extensive Facebook post stating that she would try finish coloring the new Sonichu pages, despite feeling weighed down by getting blocked by Doopy Doover, Tabitha St. Germain, and Jessie Noaking on Twitter. She elaborated that she supported those creators in sharing kindness and compassion, but the trolls and bullies that followed her began harassing them and bad-mouthing Christine for not being sincere and committing immature deeds in the past, thusly overrunning their Twitter and lives if they would not block Christine, the hero. She closed with stating that her heart was in it, and that she had learned from 5+ years of mistakes and miscontent by which people continued to judge her wrongfully and divide people. In response, Kim Wilson accused her of not listening to women when they gave Chris criticism and felt that creating another Twitter account to evade Doopy's blocking was stalker behavior, fearing Chris would murder someone.
Imagine at the end of this, Kim is actually Chris. My mind, I would do a backflip. I will stand on this chair and do a backflip. And probably break a lot of things in my body. But that would be insane.
One day and blame it on the trolls. Chris later shared screen caps of her post on Twitter, directly addressing the accounts which had blocked her by tagging them. Chris later apologized to Lady of the Cosmo for their unrequited dispute and regretted reporting her account, claiming that it was a bad move on Chris's part and believed that Lady could be a better person than that. Lady herself replied, writing that she wished for Chris to maturely apologize for making her uncomfortable by calling her dear, and instead thought that Christine hadn't changed at all because she tried to correct Lady's judgment of the situation. Lady also added that the dispute arose because Chris would never be a woman as pretty as Lady of the Cosmo.
Well, what does Lady of the Cosmos look like? Hold on. Let's not make accusations without backing them up. Lady of... Also, all women are beautiful. Obviously. I believe. 6'4", by the way. Planet Dolan? Show me a song. Okay, I don't think she ever showed her face. Oh, but the Krishan picture, the quickie came up.
Both inside and out. On August 30th, Christine made a YouTube video showing a new trick she could do with her tongue.
For I am the kind and compassionate Christine Chandler. And now I can roll my R's.
No, you can't.
Still in practice. So everybody is honored to be rolling in the...
Wait, can I roll my R's? Oh. God damn it. How do you... It's like... Roll. It's better than that, though.
For I am not Danger Dolan, the narrator of these Super Planet Dolan videos, but I am powerful nonetheless in that sense. Not great and powerful, I'm kind and compassionate.
This is what loneliness looks like, y'all. This is
Now
what
everyone
prime
stay
loneliness
green
looks
and
like.
go out and zap to the
I promise it'll be much
have a
easier to
lovely
make
day.
friends than to live this life.
On
I
September
promise.
1st, encouraged by a campaign promoted by Tara Strong, Chris donated $20 to the American Red Cross to help those affected by Hurricane Harvey.
That's nice.
2 days later, via her Nightstar account, Christine posted 26 Twitter screenshots of herself being supportive and kind to creators like Doopy and No Whacking, followed by trollsome replies by Weens. Chris then went back to her main account to display Nightstar's tweeted screenshots as examples of trolls who should have been blocked. Later on, digital artist R. Merriweather invited Chris to be a guest on a podcast called Internet Dream Lounge, which was
Okay.
co-hosted by himself and EDM artist Easy K.
Let's see what
The
happens
next
here.
day, Merriweather notified his Twitter followers that the interview was completed and was due to be released the following week. Merriweather then created a Kiwi Farms account and revealed that he did not know exactly why Chris agreed to do the interview, but suggested that it was to promote her own Patreon account. After prolonged attempts to make the interview more edited down and entertaining, it was officially scrapped to never be released,
What?
though it was leaked at a later point.
Easy has actually been quite a big fan of Sonichu for some years.
I love Sonichu. I really do.
Support me on Patreon, and I can send you copies of the books.
Dude, for what's your base amount for Patreon?
Well, basically, minimum, just so I can make sure I make my money. The books are varying because with my publisher, minimum has to be 48 pages, and the more pages there are, the more expensive it is for me, and then I have to pay shipping, of course.
Right.
Of course.
They talk about the origins of the creation of Sonichu and the
Wow.
beginning of her transgender identity, before moving on to talking about trolls and pickles.
And then she and I walked off together, and then we were intercepted by this guy in
The
a
pickle suit.
pickle costume. And I was like,
I've inherited his will.
was thrown
The
off
pickle suit's
by
somewhere in
that.
my room, but I don't know
and
where.
then I didn't know what to think, but then eventually she walked off to her car with the guy in the pickle suit escorting her. And I
Oh,
was like,
God.
I was like, oh my god, what the hell was that?
Top 10 anime betrayals.
I'm very sorry for laughing at it, Chris. It's still, you must imagine in retrospect it's a bit funny.
Yeah, kind of funny, especially.
Man,
like,
if that was me, if I really thought this happened and this was me, nothing in this world would ever be funny again. Imagine if I'm walking with this girl, right? I'm thinking I'm about to have the love of my life, my Sheila, and a fucking pickle suited wearing man, can't talk like it's Twitch, man, walked up and then took her. Mind you, I think this is all real. I believe this is 100% real. All this is really happening. And he actually like gets her and he walks away. Never laughing again, y'all. Nothing else is funny to me for the rest of my life. I will be so stoic. Oh my goodness. Would I be racist after that? I would be racist. Yeah.
the adult definition of how a pickle can be interpreted. But really, that's not the... Well, that is one aspect that turns me off from the vegetable. What really turns me off from the vegetable is actually the taste and flavor. And as I have eaten pickles before, like, off a burger or a sandwich, that pickle brine doesn't quite suit me well.
What about kosher? How do you feel about kosher pickles as opposed to dill?
What's the difference?
I don't think I ever tried kosher.
What?
They're pretty
I
good.
thought it
That's
was
the
the
one that
brand.
I like better.
I'd sample it. See how
Yeah.
it tastes.
It's worth a try.
It's
Okay.
good you're open to new things, at least. So have you encountered the man in the pickle suit more than once, or is that the only time?
I think it might have been another time where outside the pickle suit he came back to Virginia. We just hung out for a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure.
And then you
But, I mean,
hung
I
out
do
with
know-
them? Oh, if that was me and I caught that pickle suited man, if I caught him, I would eat sour candy and then clench my fist. But this time I am hitting something. in GTA.
I do know who he is.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
There are several situations where, of course, sampled videos from your previous channel. There's one video which you uploaded once, which features a man, a young, decent-looking man, who is interacting with you and joined you in a comedy skit where you drank a potion and became this man. A lot of people were very curious who this guy was. Was it a family friend? Do you remember who I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he actually was a friend of mine and one of my gal pals who actually lives in the Charlottesville area. Not going to name any names, but yeah, he was a friend, and he's currently married and very well to do. I haven't talked to him in a long time though.
They discuss more trolls of the past, Chris's political stance, and more recent happenings, like her trip to BronyCon and her Twitter blockings.
Yes, I do
This
have
happened last
one
episode. I know
final
this.
party thought I'd like to offer before we close out.
Go quiet.
Over the years of which I have been mislabeled or misimaged or slandered by the bad
rage
people, let's
baiters.
just call them that
By the
neutrally, bad
rage
people.
baiters.
Of course, that's all in the past, and that's in between the miscontent I uploaded that they repurposed for that.
Can you really just? Do you guys think you could rebrand out of this?
Me.
Do you guys
That's
think that
not
this
me
is
totally. You can't define
enough to be
me
like,
in
hey,
those
I'm actually
aspects.
Christine
All the
Chan?
way around, while I was still young and naive, didn't know as much as I do now, and don't know everything. We're not supposed to learn everything. I have always been, and always will be, and am a kind, heartfelt person, and I've always liked helping and sharing a smile, making people feel better. That was always me, and I encourage everybody, regardless of whether however they express their feelings of like and
It's like
love,
it's like the slowest
and
japper
just,
known to man.
go out and
Just known to
be
man.
like, hey, you're cool, whatever, fist bump, handshake, maybe a hug, do whatever's comfortable for you, as long as you at least share a little bit of good, sincere kindness.
You know, that's the real hard part about this, is because I don't want to call Chris a she, because I don't believe Chris is really in it. You know what I mean? Like, if this was like, if Chris was like a real trans person, I'd be like, okay, obviously I'll start calling them. I try to call Chris them or they, you know, something neutral. But I just don't know. It's definitely not in there. I know some of you guys tell me that, you know, I don't have to call. I can just keep saying he, but, you know, I gotta find that middle ground. It just don't feel right.
I encourage that with everyone.
Wow. That's
very,
beautiful.
very
Thank
beautiful.
you.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone.
Even me?
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Yeah, you were great.
Thank
It's
you.
been an honor. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Man, British
Right.
people can just like, they can say anything. It sounds so
On September
so fancy.
3rd, Christine announced that she had unblocked all the people she had previously blocked on Twitter. She then proceeded to backtalk and reply to many tweets criticizing her.
That photo's crazy.
Notable controversial YouTube creator, Count Dankula, also replied to Chris, wishing that she would follow him back because he wanted them to have a live stream together. On the 4th, to commemorate what would have been her father's 90th birthday, Chris made a video in which she read out 2 letters written by her father, Bob Chandler.
And today, this special
You could at least turn off the
Captain's
fan, I'll
log,
be honest.
Start date 09/04/2017. This date marks my late father's, Robert Franklin Chandler Jr. his
Damn, look at the
90th
stud.
birthday.
Damn.
Miss him every day. Younger, older. Here's a couple of pictures of him.
Can't tell which one's which.
Anyway, in honor of his birthday today, I'd like to share something that actually came from him. He actually typed up and hand wrote a few things to me.
Oh, wait.
In honor of his birthday, I'm going to be reading out his letter that he made out to me by my porn name, They started on December 26, 1987. This was after
The Body
he
87?
got his Tandem brand computer and used the word processor in that. I used the word processor in there as well for... I made the list of all the video games I owned.
Okay, before Chris gets into this, I want to say this, because, like, from Robert's perspective, right? Imagine you're holding... I say imagine so much. I just thought about that. I said that, like, 80 times between these last two parts alone. But think about this. Consider the following. You're holding your newly born child in your arms, right? You're holding your baby in your arms. And you're looking down, it's like, wow, this is a magical experience. My child is going to grow up and to be something wonderful, right? And you just think about all the possibilities that could happen, all the endless possibilities of your child's future. And it is this. It's this. Now look. Everyone has their path. Everyone walks their roads. Everyone has their own journey and all that. But it's like, now I know if I ever have kids one day, there's gonna be that thought in the back of my brain. There's gonna be a thought in the back of my head that's just like, could this be Chris John Part 2? Ugh. Oof. You know, it's not gonna be somewhere I'm like, oh yeah, my kid might be Chris John. It's like, it's gonna be there like anything's possible. Nothing's impossible. Never say never, as the Bieber said that one time. But yeah, food for thought. So if you guys are any new parents out there, keep that in mind. Make sure that you give your child the structure and love that every child deserves.
That was pretty much that there. I mean, it was just a word processor. Anyway, so... To Christopher Weston Chandler from your daddy. Started December 26, 1987.
She reads out the letter in full before moving on to another one.
August 18, 2008. Dear Christian, at this time in life, you and Sanchu need a quest and purpose in life. As if Sanchu didn't have a purpose already that I'd given him, and... everybody else and everything? This is what he wanted, my father. Let Sanchu become a champion for autistic persons everywhere and continually defeat the perils of autism. Good grief. Sonichu could become the spokesperson for autistic persons with an ongoing fight for them in chapter after chapter or good deeds on the internet. He could become the spokesperson from now on. You and Sonichu could become famous worldwide.
Damn.
What? There's this little mini poster on the back. It's like, look at this. Isn't that funny? Is that me? Is that me? Sonichu, defender, champion, and educator of autistic persons everywhere. Knocking out the big A. It's funny.
Damn.
Yeah, he was a smart man, my father.
That's actually like...
Not everything as it would be. I mean, Sonichu does not have autism.
Okay, before he ruins this for me, let me say, I was getting a little choked up, because that's like, I don't know, reading things after people has passed away, especially things that are like meant for you, like reading those type of things are like, damn. You know, it's almost like they're like, not final words, but it's like, I need to stop saying that also. It's almost as if it's like, oh my God, Jesus, got stuck in a loop. It's one of those things where it's so, these are the last words your father is able to give to you, like directly to you, that you can like constantly look back at and reread. I hope he doesn't shit on this. Sanchu is a cruel joke. Yeah. Queen of... Oh, fuck. God damn it. I don't think I can feel bad for Chris after this. I really don't. That letter was so heartfelt. And it was like the fact that it was so like, you know, this is what you want to do. You know, you like this whole Sanchu thing. You know, make it mean something. You know, give it the purpose. You know, and have it serve as something for others. And it's like that's some powerful. You know what? The GOAT, the absolute GOAT. Oh.
None of my electric catch-up Pokemon have autism. I mean, the only autistic Pokemon I've made was the grass psychic type autistic. That's, it's on a train card I've made before, but I don't have it on me right now. It's in my binder. So anyway, happy birthday, Mr. Chandler, wherever you are.
Where? First off, just call him Dad, bro. Just call him Dad. Just call him Pops. Call him something. Mr. Chandler a little too disconnected for my taste. Also, wherever you are, bro, he's in the big H. Not that. Wait, the big upstairs H. My fault. Not the downstairs H. The upstairs H. Chilling with the big G. G-man. Vibing.
And now, by special request, I still don't know all the lyrics, but I'll sing the choral verse. We're not flawless.
No requesting this shit, bro.
We're work in progress.
Gosh.
We've got dents and we've got quirks, but it's our flaws that make us work. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for now.
No.
This is Christine and Bob Chandler signing off for now. Have a great, safe day.
On September 7th, Chris made another video for YouTube, discouraging her trolls from interacting with everyone on the internet with whom she talked.
I want you all to listen up for a moment. I want you all to listen up.
Lock it up.
Especially the internet trolls and cyberboys who pester everybody I talk to. You should not be doing that because I know what y'all are inquiring of them. You're asking them about me. And guess what? They're not gonna have any information about me whatsoever.
I don't know.
'cause
Doofy Doover had a lot of information about you.
depending on how
Quite a
much
bit, actually.
communication we have, you can consider the communication with most. Not that much, so they don't know so much about me, and I wouldn't know much about them. Like, take for
Okay.
example, yes, Doopy Do-Over. We hadn't talked much, at least we talked a little bit. I shared my feedback, I shared my positive input, because she's a good person. But anyway, she does not know anything about me, so nobody had to pester her. And I didn't know much about her except from what she shared on the videos on YouTube.
But you did act like
So
you knew
anyway,
her quite a
point
bit.
of the
Though.
matter is, don't harass or mass communicate with anybody on the internet that I talk with, period. If you want to bother somebody, go bother somebody that you're already talking with.
Go bother your
Okay?
friends. Go bother your mama.
Okay? And also, definitely only 2 accounts on Twitter with my name on them. You know what they are?
Say it.
There are no others.
Say it. The cat's like, say it. Just say
Anyway,
it. That's
lost
me,
my
cat, by
train
the
of
way.
thought. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
no. Okay? Stop harassing people. Because not only do I like them, but I care about some to all of them. Okay?
Who's
Cut it out.
the one that you don't care
That's all
about?
I have to say for now. Thank you.
On that same day, Chris wrote on Facebook that she was feeling lonesome and sad because she still hadn't found her sweetheart. She had not given up her search, but had backed away for the moment, praying that her sweetheart would find her. In response, her Facebook friend, William Elliott Waterman, wrote that praying for a sweetheart to find her was a selfish, passive, and defeatist thing to do. He added that he knew married parents were some of the loneliest people he had ever met, showcasing that finding a sweetheart was not a miracle cure for unhappiness, and encouraged her to do more to enlighten or cleanse her body, like exercising or meditating to make herself relax and feel happy in her own skin.
Honestly, exercising is pretty good. Like, hit a few push-ups, you do feel a little better. I think. For me personally. But also, you know, you don't need a sweetheart. You don't need a girlfriend, you don't need a boyfriend, you don't need any of that. None of that will solve any of your problems. Because at the end of the day, the problems that you have are solely with yourself, right? No one can validate those problems away. No one can just love you and those problems go away, right? They can be a factor that helps those problems or even help you find a solution. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you. It comes down to you as a person and you with your mentality and how you process those things and those feelings. And that's how you get through them. Little fun fact from Almost Therapist Sai.
Soon after, Chris's longtime Facebook friend, Jessica Quinn, left a comment, simply writing that the two needed to talk.
We need to
Presumably
talk.
after holding a private conversation, Jessica revealed on Facebook that she and Christine began a so-called complicated romantic relationship, elaborating in the comment section that the two were testing the waters. On September 8th, Chris officially declared on YouTube that she was in a relationship with Jessica.
Okay, this is gonna be a guy, right? Right. This is what it is. I ain't gonna lie, you almost had me. You had me for a second. You almost got
Quinn.
me. I forgot what I was
It
watching.
finally happened. I'm Christine Weston Chandler, and I am in a true, loving relationship with my sweetheart.
God damn it!
No,
Everything I
Miss
said,
Jessie.
it was a lie. It was a lie. That was just
My
cold.
little Miss Jessie. And I'm her little Miss Christine.
That's it,
It's
guys.
real true.
I'm becoming
real good.
trans.
She and I
and I'm
have
gonna
been
become a
talking to
lesbian.
each other for more
Call me
than a
Saimir.
couple of years.
It's time.
She is made aware of y'all trolls and bullies, and it's taking me on, it's choosing me as her sweetheart. Still work in progress, this relationship. Well, I'm her champion. I'm gonna defend her from...
Guys, I think Chris just broke into my house. I'll be right back. Actually, man, I'll be fine.
y'all trolls and bullies. I have true love in my heart. It's unreal to me. I'm getting used to it. But I stand straight to arms. I'm not gonna
But you're
let
lesbian.
anybody harass or bother my sweetheart. If y'all have any questions about our relationship, you direct them to me. And upon there being any of which she and I mutually agree, whether or not to share or leave offline, period, our relationship will mainly be offline.
Why are you telling me? Why
Jessica.
are you telling me then?
I love you. With all my heart. And I am yours. Forever on, as long as you have me.
That's sweet.
I'll do my best for you, if not better. Excuse me. So everybody please respect her as you would respect me very much. Thank you. Have a good, safe day.
The next day, Kiwi Farms user, Moonman's son, had a private conversation.
I'm sorry. Respect me. Respect them as much as you respect me. That's sending her to the goddamn dogs. That's throwing her to the wolves. Jeez. Man, respect her just as much as you respect me. Whoa. I ain't gonna lie. If I was Jessica, I'd be like, hold on now. Respect me a lot more than that, okay?
The next day,
Tell me the truth. Are you a ween? What's a ween? Because so far I feel like you are. If so, please continue your trolling of Chris. It's quite entertaining. If not, then you're an idiotic thought. God damn.
Kiwi Farms user,
Just accept it for what it is, huh? Don't try to read into it too much, okay?
Moonman's son, had a private conversation with Jessica.
I'm saying it's because he already went through something like this multiple times actually, but only went far enough with it once. What do you mean? If you actually knew as much about Chris as I and many others do, okay, whoa. You wouldn't be attracted to him in any way. The guy's way too mentally ill. It's basically a living train wreck. First of all, you saying you don't know him like I do. Calm down. All right? You're a troll. This is what I meant when I said, like, the trolls are way too... The trolls are damn near in a relationship with Chris. Like, you were here fighting with her, like, you don't even know him like I know him, bro. You don't even want him for real. You don't even... If you know like you said you knew him, you would know already. Like, damn. After Bianca's, Sarah, Panda, Hal, Julie, Ivy, goddamn, Catherine, you'd think he'd be a little suspicious. And honestly, I'll be suspicious after the second time. First time, I'm like, okay, it's a fluke. Second time, okay, we got a pattern going. Let me check. I need to check show me IDs. I need to see something from now on.
On Facebook.
The only girls who showed interest in him were actually just people messing with him or guys pretending to be girls to mess with him. Even if you generally feel anything from him, you're doing both you and Chris a huge disservice.
They questioned whether she was truly genuine or a troll.
Do you know anything about the things he's done or his current life? I know enough. I've been in contact long enough to know the worst of it. Are you sure? I don't even have a reference. How long have you known Chris? Have you ever been with him in person?
With Jessica firmly stated.
I was made aware of her back in 2014. Like she said, we don't want to keep everything 100% public. I'd rather not disclose what goes on offline between us. I'm sorry, I understand where you're coming from. It is just what it is. He only says that because he thinks everyone just wants to mess with him. Dude is a creep to the core. I still have my doubts about all this. It never ends
was simply
well.
Trying out the relationship.
Whatever I say, I'm sure will get immediately broadcast like everything else surrounding this person. I'm mostly doing this for myself. I don't really work with anyone. So you'll have to excuse me for not wanting to get into it with everyone with a cartoon character profile picture. I've been bombarded with messages since yesterday. I'm only bothering to respond to less psychotic ones. Okay. And I don't forget Emily. And don't forget Emily, who is Kim Wilson. And I forgot Jackie. Woe is Alec. He's too trusting of women. Yeah, he think women can do no wrong, but women are evil. They're evil. They'll break your heart. Sad Bart edit.
Relationship with Chris and seeing if it would.
But no, he is way too trusting woman. That was true. Don't let my silliness get in the way of that true statement. People are asking because they are curious. No one ever has legitimately liked Chris for very obvious reasons. And it's very rational to think that you're just another person who's going to mess with him for a while. It is. I agree with you. I'm not saying you're irrational whatsoever, which is why we're still talking.
She revealed.
So, if you're not trolling, why did you tell Chris that you needed to talk after you posted that he was sad? What did you talk about with him, if I may ask? And I guess that's true. But by the way, part of why people are asking is also because they may show more concerns if you're not acting. Mostly for both of you. Well, the way I look at this, if this is a real person, if this is like a real person that really likes Chris, if they're a grown-ass adult, right, hopefully, let's hope, grown-ass adult, Chris is a grown-ass adult, fuck it. Let's just send them off to the races. See who wins. Because at a certain point, it's like, oh, I'm going to tell you can't date this, bro. I don't care that much. Just if you're aware, if you say that you are aware of the things that Chris has done in the past and in the present, then fuck, I can't really say much to you after that. That's kind of like, you kind of got me there.
Aware of.
Again, I'd rather not add fuel to this out of control fire, so excuse my unwillingness to talk about it too much, but it was mostly about my support. We aren't doing anything crazy. I thought people were mostly concerned for Christine's
past actions.
It's fine, I suppose, but I see. In a way, yes, I suppose, but when it happens, it's mostly entertaining, and it lets us learn more about Chris. His psychology, his idiosyncrasies. Ooh, big word. And so on. It only was a bit upsetting to me with one of the said trolls because he acted quite kind to him and then revealed her true colors and really messed with Chris. That's why I suspect something similar is going on here.
admitting that they were poor choices.
There's no elaborate scheme going on. Like I said, I'm testing the waters and giving this a chance. If something good comes of this, then it is a good thing. If it doesn't work out, then it's okay too. I see what attracted you to Chris, if I may ask, and do you really think he will change in any positive way from all this? There's more to this person that was is broadcast online. Okay.
Made by Chris, but would still go ahead with their relationship because
And yes, things change in some way, shape, or form. Time will tell. Really? In examples of this? I generally believe that, but Chris is a bit different in the ways that he changes. He hardly ever does, and when he does, is generally not for the better. Some poor choices have definitely been made over the years, I'll give you that. I believe everyone can change. Everyone has the capacity to change, right? But I've always been saying this. I think if Chris had someone that was like really locked in, like, hey, you gotta cut this shit out. You know, Kim Wilson hasn't like done some crazy things. At least I'm remembering. But I like to think that Kim has put at least enough pressure on Chris for them to be like, oh, okay, I really shouldn't be doing this then, or okay, I need to actually like address this thing or something like that. I like to think maybe if this person was like their sweetheart, maybe they could convince Chris to kind of lock in. That's wishful thinking. Okay, that's my own optimistic thinking going into that.
she felt that things and people can change, wishing that their interactions be kept more private. Even though Jessica firmly stood by her stance as a real woman, genuinely interested in a possible relationship with Christine, most people assumed her to be a troll on the count of her sometimes ethically questionable Facebook posts over the years. Whatever the case, Christine believed, once again, that she had found her sweetheart,
We're in the romance
a
arc now,
girlfriend
guys.
like she
It's
wished,
getting good.
who could right all her wrongs and change her life for the better.
Bing bong, bing bong. All right, end of part 57. 57. I am going crazy. I'm going crazy again. And there's not even rats in this room. God damn it. Okay, so Chris is in a relationship now. Sorbet has breathing problems. There was an eclipse one time. And yeah, that's really all it is. That's everything in this episode, really. All right, we got 3 more. Come on. We're making great progress. We're at the halfway point. Once you finish this, we'll be a big ad number % through.